What is really going on in your connection with your person? So, today's pick a card reading, we are doing a you versus them reading for you guys. What is really going on in your connections? We're going to be checking into what your overall energy is towards your person, what their overall energy is towards you. We'll be looking at the energies connecting the two of you and then also getting some advice from spirit on you. So welcome to the channel. My name is Monique and this is Moonmothgoddess Tarot. Thank you guys all so much for your continued love and support here on the channel. If you already feel drawn to one of the piles for today's reading, you can go ahead and skip right ahead to the timestamps that are located down below in the description box as well as pinned to the comments. If you would like to purchase a private reading with me, my email is also in the description box, which you can send me an email and I will provide you with more information on booking readings as well as other services with me. So let's get into your choices for today. For pile number 1, you are going to be the La Flora Tarot by Laluli. And that is going to be with this Himalayan Quartz Obelisk for pile number 1. Pile number 2, you are going to be the Poe Tarot, and that is with this Firework or Floral Obsidian for group 2. For group 3 or pile 3, we have the Wild Unknown, what is it, Animal Spirit Tarot, and that is going to be with the Obsidian. If you're wanting to know what tarot decks, oracle decks I'm using for today's reading, I always list them in the description box for you guys. So you versus them, what is really going on in this connection? What is the connecting energy between you and this person? If you do have more than one person on your mind, no judgment, okay? If you want to use a different file for a different connection, that is perfectly okay for today's reading. Always use your discernment when going into any general pick your card reading. Doesn't matter if it's on this channel or another channel. Always use your own intuition with what you feel is confirming what your intuition is already telling you. If something feels like it's just not right, doesn't really fit or make sense, it is probably not the message for you. So just kind of exclude those pieces of the reading and only take what fits and resonates for you. You do want to make sure when going into this reading, we are going to be doing a you versus them. So I am going to split it out between, say, person A and person B once we get into your specific pile. And you want to make sure that you resonate with at least one of those energies. Otherwise, I would suggest choosing a different pile. Okay, so again, pile number 1 with the La Flora Tarot and the Himalayan Quartz Obelisk. Pile 2 with the Crow Tarot and the Fireworks Obsidian. And then pile number 3 is going to be the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Tarot with the Obsidian. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hello, pile 1. So those of you that resonate with the Himalayan Quartz Obelisk and the La Flora Tarot, this is going to be your reading today. So before we get into pulling your tarot today, we are going to look at your energy, their energy. So as I said in the intro, we're going to be splitting this out to person A and person B. So you do want to make sure going into this reading that you resonate with at least one of these. Okay, if you're finding that neither one of them resonate for you, at least with your energy, that you choose a different pile. Okay, and then once you find if you're person A or person B, it would be the other person who is, you know, like let's say if for here you don't really resonate with this one and then you find that you resonate more with pile 2, person B, your person would be person A in pile 2, okay? So just make sure that you resonate with at least one. Okay, so we're going to shuffle out some cards here. And we're going to use 4 different decks here. 4 different oracle decks. Okay. So person A What is person A's overall energy in this connection? What is person A's overall energy in this connection? What is person B's overall energy in this connection? And person A, spirit, person A's overall energy, and then person B. And let's pull one of these, person A. And person B. In this connection's overall energy. Okay, and then we've got one more. Person A's overall energy in this connection. And person B. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got here. We're going to put person B over there. So person A, we've got the deer. Okay. We have the astronomer with discovery and augury. We have transmute, number 44. Get all this green. And then we have anticipation. Okay, now let's take a look at person B. We've got the buffalo. We have the pilgrim with opportunities and growth. And we've got message, number 33. And also joy here. Okay. I will say right off the bat, it looks like both of you guys are really into each other. Okay, so that is one thing that's coming through very strongly. So we're going to start off with person A. Okay, so I notice also that both of these energies are earth. Okay, the deer represents earth energy, and so does the buffalo. But we're going to look, which the deer energy is a very sweet energy. This is earth. Let's see really quick. Earth for the deer. Okay, so the deer energy says loving, intuitive, graceful, the mother. It says the deer represents feminine aspects of earth energy. This energy is available to all creatures regardless of gender, but is especially potent in new parents. During the first few days, they are fully present, nurturing, and calm. This inner beauty radiates a sense of grace, calms the room. A deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them toward a quiet tenderness. The deer card may appear when a birth or celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. Okay, so we've already got this energy from person A that is very loving, that is very compassionate, that is very nurturing, a very calming energy. Okay, so we have transmuting here. I'm also noticing a lot of the green here. Okay, so to me also this is green too. A lot of heart chakra energy. Okay, so I do feel like person A is someone who does have a lot of beautiful, loving, nurturing energy towards person B and this connection. And that is working towards transmuting anything that is really not in alignment with, you know, genuine love. We do have anticipation here, so it kind of feels like person A could be waiting for person B to maybe make some type of move, take some type of initiative, or kind of also waiting to see how things unfold. Now, with the astronomer here with discovery and augury, it could be that, you know, person A is really open to seeing how things are going to develop with person B. Okay. I'm also feeling that person A is someone who has a lot of very passionate, sensual energy towards person B. Okay. Now, person B with the buffalo, also earth energy. Okay. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The buffalo says grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. It says the hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its heart and mind rise toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and we may allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. So when it's in its aligned, balanced energy, person B is trusting with pure present, being present in the connection. Okay? We do also have this energy of joy. So I do feel like person B, like I said, I already kind of feel this vibe between this connection between person A and person B, that there is a very strong connection that's here. They're both person A and person B are also staying very grounded within this connection, very connected to the element of earth. With message here, it could be that person B, and I notice that we have anticipation over here. So it could very well be that, you know, person A is waiting for person B to message or communicate. It could also be that person B is someone here who's already sent out, right, messages or wanting to communicate something as well. We do have joy here, and I'm noticing that this woman is holding a rabbit. Rabbits are also a symbol of fertility. Okay. Sexual energy. Okay. So there's definitely a very strong connection between person A and person B. That is something that is very clear, undeniable, very evident. Okay. So, and I kind of feel like these energies are also very similar too. Okay. Opportunities and growth. And then also discovery and augury. So it kind of feels very similar. So some of you that chose this pile might feel like the person, I mean, you might resonate with both sides. That's how similar I feel like this energy is. So you might kind of feel like very strongly like this is my person, or you might feel like they're very like a soulmate energy, or they are like you guys are mirroring each other is kind of the vibe that I get from this energy here. So it feels really good. Okay, so far so good. So now what I want to do is I want to look at what the energies connecting the two of you. Okay, so let's see here. What are the energies connecting person A and person B? What are the energies connecting person A and person B? I feel also there's this very transformative healing energy between the two of you, okay? We've got roots here, number 10. It says ancestry, legacy, and tradition. And also there's a, what does it look like? Like a skeleton that's kind of rooted into the tree in the roots. So again, the earth energy here. Very grounded. Yeah, I kind of feel that both of you kind of have this feeling that the two of you could truly have something that is long lasting. between the two of you, or wanting to build and grow and really nurture. You know, some of you might feel that this connecting energy between you and this person is almost like there are greater forces, spirit, okay, at work, the universe at work to align you and this person. Okay, I kind of feel person B over here is in a place of self-discovery, okay, really working towards finding their inner light. And I almost kind of feel like there's something within person A's energy that is bringing a lot to light for person B. And this is bringing about a lot of personal changes and transformation within person B, helping person B to confront, I feel like, a lot of, not so much their darker aspects of self, but about certain things that they're needing to look at. So there could even be a little bit of triggering here, but in a way that's helping for promoting growth, okay, within that. At the bottom of the deck, we do have beloved here, okay? Love, reciprocity, and intertwinement. So like I said, I definitely feel like you and this person, this connecting energy here, there is definitely love here. Okay, most definitely. So like I said, I feel like those of you that chose this pile here, it's like you already know that both you and this person feel so strongly towards each other that your energy mirrors each other, I feel like, in a lot of ways. And I do feel like with Joy being here, that this person B, is someone who is very happy, fulfilled, feeling blessed to have this experience with you, to meet with you, to connect with you, as something that is truly beautiful here. I want to pull another oracle here. Let's use this one here. Okay, so what is the connecting energy between person A and person B? Soothe, yeah. So it's like very, again, very calm, very grounded. Okay, it could be that the two of you guys, when you're around each other, spending time with each other, interacting with each other, it kind of brings you a sense of inner peace and inner calm and groundedness to this connection, to your feelings, to your emotions. Okay, all right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pull some tarot here, and we're going to ask Spirit what is going on. What is really going on in this connection? So that is person B. We're going to kind of separate these. Let's actually do this. And then this is person A. So we're just going to move these out of the way. And let's pull your tarot now. Okay. So, Spirit, what is really going on in this connection between pile 1, person A, and person B? What is really going on in this connection? We have the 10 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. What is really going on in this connection? We have the Magician. What is really going on in this connection? The Hierophant. There's beautiful energy that's coming through. For whoever of you this is really resonating for. We have the Three of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. So there's most definitely healing here. And I feel that both you and this other person, you know, could potentially be coming in with both of you with wounded energy from past relationships. But it's almost like the two of you find in your connection with one another that each of you truly know that this connection is something that is very unique, something that makes both of you happy and fulfilled, content. Even if there has been previous, you know, heartbreak and pain that both you and this person may have been healing and recovering from, it's almost this energy here of both of you wanting to not give up on the connection, to continue to persevere and move forward and really focus your intention. I feel both of you are on this, both of you are in the same mindset in that you both see within each other the potential for long-term relationship commitment, especially if you and this person are not committed already. I feel that both of you have the same idea in mind about wanting to do what it takes and to not give up on moving this connection forward. Okay? There certainly could be a little bit of emotional turmoil, you know, that either one of you may be going through about really trusting and opening up your heart again to love, especially after experiencing maybe what you've experienced in the past. And it's just kind of this inner knowing that the two of you really in each other's, around each other. It's kind of like you feel a sense of peace within the self, that it just feels right. It feels right between the two of you. And something that's helping both you and the other person to really have and hold space for each other, I feel like, for both of you to heal. You know, where there's no longer that feeling of needing to be so guarded or protective, that one feels safe enough to really start to take steps towards letting that guard down, to really open up and be vulnerable, you know, and really believing in this connection and working towards changing limiting beliefs that may have centered around pain and suffering and heartbreak. So it's kind of like there's a lot that's coming to the surface to be healed, to be released. And it's knowing, like, between the love that you do have for one another, almost like knowing that we can overcome this, we can make it through this. But it's, you know, the two of you who are really believing in what it is that you have, to be able to, like I said, hold that space for one another, to continue to try to make things work, especially if it's, you know, if you're not in a committed relationship with this person yet, but it's putting you both in that space where you recognize what you do have with each other and how worth it is to be able to let go of things from the past, so that you may really see what the true potential of this relationship truly is. Okay? And you might even kind of both have that feeling of like, this connection just gives me life. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel like almost the things from the past just kind of fade away into the distance. Like, kind of giving you this sense of peace, of like, I can let go. you know, like a very, very healing energy that you have with this person. So what is really going on in this connection? Healing, okay? Renewal, revitalization is what I'm seeing here. We've got movement and rage, you know, so it could be that either one of you, like I said, could have been holding on to past things, you know, holding on to resentment, anger, pain, sadness, betrayal wounds, and being able to kind of free flow past that type of energy, being able to release, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. We've got seeds and also, yeah, the past, okay? So, again, this could be either one of you, or maybe just one of you, right? Person A or person B. Who I feel like this connection is starting to help to change the way in which both of you, either of you, connect when it comes to long-term relationships. It's giving you both that space to be able to look to your past, to be able to release and to let go of certain things, certain thoughts, certain feelings, certain emotions. Like I said earlier, limiting beliefs, and kind of plant the seed for something new in terms of love and openness and receptivity and nurturing and compassion, empathy. And I definitely feel like that's the vibe with the energy here, is that both of you see each other's wounds. And it's not so much judging the other for those wounds, but it's holding space and compassion and empathy for what each of you has gone through. And this truly is something, it feels very soulmate like energy, very, very like the two of you supporting each other's, inspiring each other to change, to grow, to transform, is what I'm getting from this energy between you and this person. So let's see what else, what is really going on in this connection. Vitality, exactly, with that sun energy there. Caution. And communication. Yeah. So I feel like with this, it could certainly be, and I'm seeing hope at the bottom, hope and understanding and balance, compassion, potential, okay? Beautiful energy, freedom and longevity. I can't ignore that. Love. Trust, okay? Success. So I'm going to stop there. But it's just such a beautiful energy. And I feel like all of this that's here, it all matches this energy that you have between you and this person. You know, it's like both of you see there's so much potential for you to really trust and love again and have something that is successful, long-term, you know, feeling a sense of freedom, because both of you are given that space to be able to let go. And with caution being here, it makes me feel that both of you are also learning a lot from this. Because, of course, if each person has their wounds, has their triggers, it's both of you learning how to communicate with each other in a way that is conducive to your healing, to your growth, to your expansion as a couple, you know? You're taking greater care over your words and making sure that they're coming from a place of compassion and empathy and love versus, you know, being angry and lashing out at one another. It's kind of like both of you see each other and see where you might even need to work on yourself, okay? Which is truly a beautiful energy here. So I feel like both of you, you know, remaining very optimistic about where, you know, especially for those of you that are not committed to this person yet, like where really could this relationship go, you know? Respecting each other, you know, nurturing the connection. And I kind of feel like person A is kind of leading the way, okay? Leading the way with love, and it's almost like the pile. Oh no, I would say pile two. Person B is not looking at it in a way or it could even be transforming the way in which they look at it as an opportunity for growth. Because of course, if two people are coming in that have been wounded, at that point we have a choice, right? We can either choose to allow our past to affect our connections, or we can have a choice of leveling up, growing, learning, evolving, and choosing to no longer let our past dictate how we respond, react, and give love and connection. So I feel like there's a lot of, not to say that it's all easy and sunshine and rainbows, because I'm sure behind the scenes there could be a lot of inner work that both of you are doing in this situation. But I can say that looking at how the energy has shifted and transmuted and changed, that whatever you're doing, okay, pile one, whatever you're doing with your person and together, it's working, okay? It's truly a beautiful shift of energy here, okay? All right, so let's close this reading out and see if there's any additional advice, guidance that Spirit has for you, pile one. What is pile one's advice on this connection? What is pile one's advice? The Seven of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So really what Spirit's advice is to you here, pile one, is the Knight of Pentacles energy is about slow and steady. It's committing yourself and dedicating yourself to taking steps towards really building, laying the groundwork for something solid with this person, especially if you feel like you're not quite there yet. Hold the vision, okay, of you and this person connecting, okay? We have the Queen of Swords here. So the Queen of Swords is all about using discernment, right? So you're paying attention to things, how, you speak, how you act. We have the Fool energy here, the Four of Wands, and then we have the Eight of Cups. And I'm seeing the Lovers at the bottom. I'm going to bring that out here. Okay. So I want to see why the Eight of Cups is here. What is this Eight of Cups about? The Two of Swords. We have the World, the Five of Wands, and the High Priestess. I almost kind of feel the way that Spirit is wanting you to handle this, pile one, is to, I almost kind of feel like let go of the need to control, okay? The way that things are kind of unfolding with this person. Try to tune more into your own intuition to help to give you that guidance, because I'm feeling like Spirit is wanting you to focus on a balanced, harmonious union here. Okay? Especially for those of you that are not already in a relationship with this person. Yeah, and I'm seeing the Queen of Cups here is at the bottom as well with Temperance. So Temperance is about being patient, but it's also about transmuting energy. So if you're someone who also, has some things that you're transmuting and healing within yourself, continue to do that. Continue to become this better version of self, okay? And try to let go of any inner, I almost feel like, try to let go of any pessimistic type of thinking as it relates to this person and this connection, okay? Which is more or less about you focusing on being open to receive versus focusing on what you're perceiving to be as challenges right now. It's like Spirit is telling you to keep holding that vision of union, of harmony, of balance, okay, within that energy. Okay? All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, pile 1. I do hope this is helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonate with the Crow Tarot and the Fireworks or Flower Obsidian, this is going to be a reading today. So before we pull your tarot, we're going to look at that a little bit later. We're going to start looking at the energies between person A and person B, and then right down the middle we're going to be looking at what the connecting energies are between you and your person. So I do want you to make sure that you resonate with at least one of the sides, okay, person A or person B. If none of them really resonate for you, I would suggest choosing a different pile. So we're going to shuffle out the cards here. I'm going to use 4 oracle decks, okay, for each. So person A, pile 2, Spirit, for pile 2, what is person A's overall energy in this connection? Person A, what is person B's overall energy in this connection? Okay, and then we've got this one here. What is person A's overall energy in this connection? And person B. Person A. And person B. And we've got one more oracle deck. Person A and person B. Okay, so let's look at person A first. Person A is being represented by the element, which is the element of fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the assassin with ruthlessness and conviction. Wow. And then we have beginning here and protection. Okay. So it almost kind of makes me feel like person A is a little bit of a... I almost want to say a guarded or protective energy here, but we'll see how this is going. Okay, so person B, we've got the shark. This is coming weird. It's coming out in reverse. I'm going to leave it like that. We'll see what's going on with that. We have the botanist here with parenthood and legacy. Interesting. Pile 1 got this too. Message and guardian spirit. Okay. I actually feel like I want to read what the guidebook says about this. The assassin, ruthlessness and conviction. This is the Citadel. The Citadel Fantasy Oracle. So let's see. I almost feel like let's cover this up a little bit. I don't know why, I just kind of feel that maybe that might not be so nice for YouTube's filtering. Okay, so let's see. What's going on with that? It just kind of feels like a little bit like of defensive or guarded, especially with the protection energy here. Okay, so it says the streets are deathly silent, and even the moon has hidden itself from view. The shadows are dark, deep, and hungry, and from behind you the whisper of steel. I can't read all of this for YouTube. It says this archetype has accepted that there are some things that simply must be done, no matter their personal feelings. In order to do what is required of them, they have to harden their heart. But they now understand that this hardness does not affect their worth as a person. It says you are facing a difficult decision and it feels like there is no right answer, but your instinct is telling you what you must do, even if you don't want to do it. So instead of dragging your feet, get it over with quickly. There is relief to be found on the other side of the fallout. Interesting. It says this, the reversed energy says it's time to reassess your coping methods and start rebuilding bridges, not burning them. So it almost kind of gives me this vibe that this person could potentially be someone who has a little bit of some self-sabotaging types of tendencies with this connection. Like very guarded, okay? Person A, very guarded, very protective, maybe putting a little bit of a wall up here with their energy, which is quite interesting because it's almost making me feel like this person could potentially be functioning from their shadow self. We'll get to that in a second, why the shark is in reverse. But let's see what's going on with this elephant here. This is fire energy. I almost feel like we should pull a tarot card for each of them to look at this energy. Okay. So the elephant says, unstoppable, auspicious, and wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles, so if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. So when it's in balance, it has a one-pointed focus. It's generous and loving. When it's out of balance, it misunderstands fate. And to bring it into balance, it's saying that this energy must learn basically to trust. So perhaps maybe person A is someone who does have some trust issues there. Again, this energy is kind of making me feel like this person is functioning in a little bit of their shadow energy here. It almost kind of makes me feel like this person feels the connection here. They see the connection, but it's almost like they're not allowing themselves to fully see the potential of it. Almost like they're almost getting into a place of like a little bit of some self-sabotage instead of just kind of like rolling with it. Okay, so what I want to do before we move on to person B is I want to pull a tarot card to just give me, Spirit, an overall energy for person A, please. Let's get one tarot card to show me an overall energy, person A's overall energy in this connection. The Knight of Quills, which is the Knight of Swords. And this card says the object, truth, or the satisfaction of the intellect, and the object, passion, or the excitement of the heart, are, although attainable to a certain extent in poetry, far more readily attainable in prose. Now, Knight of Swords energy is very, I mean, this energy can go all over the place too. But as I'm saying that, I'm seeing the Three of Swords here at the bottom, which is the Three of Quills in this deck. I feel like this person is someone who does have pain from, you know, maybe healing from past heartbreak here, okay? The Three of Swords says, but the void within my heart refused, even thus to be filled. I longed for the love which had before filled it to overflowing. So it makes me feel that this person here, person A, is protective of their heart space. They're not very trusting, and they still might be having feelings for their ex-partner. Okay? Now, the Knight of Swords energy can be a person, could be an air sign, okay? We've also got fire energy here. But the Knight of Swords can be a person who is, and I want to say that this person's energy, person A's energy, kind of flip-flops. So this, if your person B, this energy could be very confusing for you, okay? Because the Knight of Swords is about rushing into something. Like, the Knight of Swords is kind of like the warrior card archetype. A person who rushes into battle. And sometimes this energy can be a little bit impulsive. Not really thinking about what one does, what one says, and just kind of doing it. They can also be a person who loses their attention on something that they've previously focused their attention on very quickly. Meaning that if you are person B, person A's patterns of behavior could be confusing for you, because sometimes this person might be like super drawn to you and showing you that they're so into you, and then they cut it off. So it could clearly be giving you some mixed signals here, like, do they want this or not? That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from this. It's almost like there's a lot of self-sabotaging, and some of you could even be on the receiving end of this person's shadow side with the Knight of Swords energy, which is very possible with the Three of Swords here and that energy there. Because they could be, you know, very well embarking on a new beginning, a new chapter of love, but this kind of feels like they still have some lingering stuff here as it relates to an ex. Okay? So they could be someone who becomes confrontational, even a little aggressive, even a little pushy, or they could be defensive, okay, with the way that they say things, or they could be somebody who gets a little bit of an attitude, or like if you ask them a question like about how do you feel, and they might be quick to, you know, say something to you and you're just like, why are you getting upset? I only asked you how you feel, but that could be something where they've been hurt and in some way getting triggered. So that's the kind of vibe of this energy that I'm getting from person A, okay? Now, person B, I do want to look a little bit at this shadow energy because I do feel like it's coming out in reverse. So with the shark, which is actually water energy, okay? Feelings, emotions, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy in the feelings, emotions. And I feel like person B with the botanist here with parenthood and legacy, you know, there's some hands that are here that are kind of holding onto this flower. So I do feel like person B is really trying to work towards nurturing this relationship and caring for it. It could even be that person B is really wanting to have a family and wanting to settle down and, you know, wanting things to change with person A in terms of communication. So where is the shark at? Where are you at, shark? Turtle, frog, otter, There, shark. Okay. So, the shark is about directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. It says the shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When this energy, which is in reverse here, when it's out of balance, it says sneaky and destructive. Now that could either be that you, or I'm sorry, person B is a little bit destructive or sneaky. Maybe there's a lack of honesty here coming from person B. Perhaps there's deeper feelings and emotions that person B really wants to talk to about and express how they're feeling about what their desires are. And person B might feel like maybe they're not even able to talk to person A. Because I really feel like person B could be suppressing a lot of their feelings and emotions and things that they want to say because they're afraid about how person A is going to react or respond to that. Because I feel like person B really wants to make this connection work. I feel like person B is really trying to connect in with their spirit team, their higher self, their guardian angels, to really kind of get some advice and guidance here on what to do, because person B could certainly be feeling a little bit confused here. And I feel like person B really has some important things to say about what is in their heart space. You know, it could be that there's certain things that person B has not communicated yet, holding back with. Kind of like person B feels like there's an elephant, literally an elephant in the room to address, and it hasn't, you know, and that might be as simple as, okay, we haven't talked about feelings yet. We haven't talked about the future yet, because person B wants that. Person B wants stability, security, long term, and maybe person A hasn't talked to person B about that yet, and person B can be like, you know what, we're going in circles here, and I really am feeling like the need to speak up and say something, but almost maybe doubting the self, because person B might feel like, I don't know how person A is going to respond to that. I don't want to mess things up. Okay, so let's look at the energies connecting person A and person B. What is the energy connecting person A and person B? Beloved. It says love, reciprocity, and intertwinement. And the beast. Conflict, competition, and oppressors. It's like there's some challenging energy here surrounding love and connection between the two of you. And now that could be, it kind of makes me feel like person A is the one that's resisting this. I don't think it's person B. And it could certainly be saying that there's feelings that are here, but it's like someone is fighting them. And I really feel like it's person A. Let's see. What is the energy connecting person A and person B? Connecting energies in your connection. Repair. Yeah. It's like you guys are both trying to fix, trying to mend, trying to, I feel like, move past this conflict here. Let's see what this conflict is. What is this conflict? Competition and oppressors here. What is this conflict? Judgment. It says there was a loud blast as of many trumpets. There was a harsh grating as of 1,000 thunders. And the Judgment card is about releasing, but also I feel like in this case with the conflict here, this can also quite literally be judgment, judging one another, criticizing one another, fighting with one another, tension between you and this person, tension surrounding love and feelings and emotions, and trying to repair here. We have the 8 of Wells, which is the 8 of Cups. It says, what does that say? Quoth the raven nevermore. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But the 8 of Cups is emotional detachment. So I almost kind of feel like the two of you are finding that there's differences, and that might even go to incompatibility. One could be questioning, should I just let this go? One person could have already walked away or be keeping themselves emotionally distant. And it makes me feel like it's person A. There's detachment here, like pulling away from love, from feelings, from emotions. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Wells here, which is the Queen of Cups. And then the 4 of Paws at the bottom, which is the 4 of Pentacles. So it's like someone is afraid here, the energy connecting the two of you. One person is outward with their feelings, with their emotions. I feel like it's person B. And we're dealing with someone with the 4 of Pentacles. I mean, there's also attachment here. There's a fear of loss connecting between the two of you. Now, that could be either one of you. There's a fear of loss. There's attachment. Clinging onto the other, and one person could be closed off and afraid of opening up. Someone could be having a hard time letting love in, and I feel like it's person A. So we've got quite a challenging energy here. Okay. So let's pull these oracles aside. And what am I going to do? Let's put person B here if we need it. That's person B. Connecting energies. And then we'll do person A. Right there. Okay. So now let's pull the tarot and see what is going on. What is really going on in this connection? Okay, what is really going on in pile 2's connection with their person? The 3 of Paws, which is the 3 of Pentacles. What is really going on? The World. The Fool in reverse. Yeah, I feel like there really is an issue here with really trying to build or even repair this relationship here. It's like someone here has a fear of taking that leap of faith. We've got an ending here and a new beginning, and this new beginning coming in reverse with the Fool in reverse is like a person is too afraid of taking the risk. Closed off here. We have the Queen of Candles, which is the Queen of Wands, the Two of Candles, Two of Wands. Page of Wells, which is the Page of Cups. The Five of Cups in reverse. What do we have here? The Six of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Six of Candles, which is the Six of Wands. I really feel like one person here is trying to really capture the attention from the other person, because someone really wants a relationship here, commitment. There is a strong attraction here between, is what Spirit's saying. There's a strong attraction here between you and your person. There's also a little bit of a romantic obsession that maybe both of you have over one another, or it could be, on one person's side. A little bit of romantic obsession, infatuation that is here. I do feel like there has been some grief and disappointment and discouragement that someone has felt about this connection. Someone might be feeling that their efforts to try to really bring to attention the desire to move things forward here are not really being addressed by the other. And it's kind of leaving this connection in a place of potentially stagnancy, where things are not really progressing and moving forward. Okay. I feel like this connection is really having a hard time with either getting started all together, or even changing whatever the status is between you and this person right now. Like, let's just say you're a situationship, or you're friends with benefits, or you've been dating each other. It's like having a hard time from taking it from whatever that is to the next level. I do want to look at why this Fool energy is in reverse. King of Cups. Yeah, someone is afraid of love, afraid of opening up their heart. Afraid of just... There's a lot of pain here from someone here, okay? Again, I feel like it's person A. And I feel like this person is kind of stuck in that mindset of, I've already been so hurt in the past, I'm never going to be happy again, or I'll never be happy in love again. And of course that's not true. That's a limiting belief, to feel like you can't love again, or that, you know, someone else is going to hurt you. Of course, it could certainly be coming from a place of fear of not wanting to be that, you know, that of course nobody wants to feel hurt and go through that pain. Yeah, I really feel like someone here, like there's feelings that are here, but I also feel like a person is not allowing themselves to just enjoy it and, you know, open up to that and just kind of let it grow and let it flourish. Let's pull some oracle here. What is really going on in pile two's connection? Protection and gratitude. Communication. Consciousness. And healing. Yeah, I certainly feel there's someone here that has an awareness of what the other is trying to do. So let's just say person B, right, is trying to do nothing but just give love and be loving and be nurturing. And they're noticing that person A is having difficulties with being open and honest with feelings, emotions, and not being so defensive and protective and trusting. That person A does see what person B is trying to do. And I feel like there's certainly gratitude there, because I feel like person A feels it within person B's heart. They can tell through the communication that there are certain things that potentially that person B could be saying to person A that are helping them to acknowledge and recognize where their limitations are surrounding love. And it could certainly be something that's helping person A to really work on their healing and to be have more of a conscious awareness of what types of things that they do have to heal and work on. Okay, so I want to get some advice for you to close out your reading, pile 2. But it certainly is challenging, and I would say let's look at what Spirit's advice is here for you. But you know, with the way that this energy looks, it kind of looks like there is some challenges that are here, and it can become very draining for person B to continue to give and give and give and give to person A. So I feel like person B really needs to ask themselves whether or not, you know, this dynamic is something that is worth continuing to invest time and energy into. What is pile 2's advice here? The 7 of Candles. So 7 of Wands, which your advice here, pile 2, is to set boundaries with this person. Okay? Set some healthy boundaries. And don't give in. To what your boundaries that you've set. The Lovers and the King of Quills, you know? And I feel like Spirit's saying, like, if you're someone who's wanting commitment, relationship, that's it. That is your bottom line. this is what I want. This is what I desire. Don't be afraid of stating that, but also don't give, like, let's just say that it is a situation where person B really wants commitment, relationship, like everything, right? All of which is included in long-term relationship, longevity, marriage, partnership, building a life together. And person A is breadcrumbing them, right? Stick to what your boundaries are. If you're person B, okay? Stick to those boundaries. And the King of Swords is about being logical about things, right? If you really want union, set those boundaries, because it's going to have to, if this person really wants this, if person A really wants person B, they're going to have to work for it. Okay? Well, meaning that if they're noticing that they've got some issues here and they really want the connection to work with person B, they've got to put in the work. They've got to step up their game. Let them rise to meet you if you are person B. Okay? And if you happen to be person A watching this reading, then this may be time for you to really work towards your healing, right? So that you can start to really trust again and open up your heart so that you can meet another with the love that they're trying to give to you, right? You might be saying it's okay, I'm not ready. And that's totally okay, right? The first step is acknowledging, like, okay, there are some things that I need to work on myself because I can see how it is affecting my ability to connect with another. And I don't doubt, with the Lovers card here being present, that you both feel that there's a strong connection that's there. But one also has to be logical about things and rational about things, and also very clear, very direct, very assertive, and stick to some firm boundaries here. Also, if you are person A, and you are the one that's wounded here, you might also, too, need to set some boundaries and to tell person B, hey, you know what? I said no. I'm not ready yet. Give me some time. Give me some space for me to think here, for me to meet you, for me to do some healing. Be firm, Tell this person, I need space right now, So yeah, take that message there, however that resonates for you. Okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you, pile 2. I do hope this is helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with the Obsidian and the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Tarot, this is going to be a reading. We're going to set your tarot aside for now. We're going to first pull your oracle, okay? So the way that this reading, if you missed it in the intro, I'm going to be doing a person A and a person B. And then right here down in the middle, we're going to be looking at what the connecting energies are in your connection between you and your person. Please make sure that you do resonate with either person A or person B. If you're finding that neither one of them is your energy, then you do want to make sure that you choose a different pile. Okay, so we're going to just be shuffling these out. I'm going to be using 4 oracle decks for person A and person B. So pile 3, Spirit, with the Black Obsidian and Animal Spirit, Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Tarot. What is person A's overall energy in this connection? Person A's overall energy. Okay, and then person B's overall energy. Person A's overall energy. Person B's overall energy. Okay. Now let's do this one. Person A's overall energy. Person A's overall energy, and then person B. And one more. Person A's overall energy in this connection, and person B's. Okay, so let's see what we've got. We'll pull the connecting energies later. Person A is being represented as the swan, which is element of water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, potentially. We've got the musician, inspiration and gratitude, entanglement. And then, ooh, we've got boundaries here. Okay. All right, let's look at person B. The wolf, which is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, potentially. We have the archer. It says biding your time and also planning ahead. Okay. Longing and healer. Okay. I almost feel like person B, not that I wanted to start with that, but I almost kind of feel like person B is, there's some hesitation here with moving things forward. And I feel like person A, with the swan energy, which is very beautiful energy, with inspiration and gratitude, the musician, I feel like person A is someone who does have very strong feelings, emotions to person B. And music may be something that really helps to calm or even soothe or even remind person A of person B. So there might be a musical connection here. Person A really feels a very strong connection to person B. Now, this might even be that person A believes that person B is their soulmate or even divine counterpart. But I feel like as romantic and feelings and emotions and love and admiration that person A does have for person B, person A also recognizes that there is no progression that's happening, okay? Which is essentially what an entanglement is. An entanglement can sometimes be when we are caught up in a situation with a person. Not so much that person A is thinking negative, about person B, but I feel like there's an acknowledgement here that person A has that they feel very connected and attached to person B, but they're also recognizing and noticing that there are some issues here with the progression of this connection. So they might find that they're in some type of cycle with person B that is making it difficult for things to progress and move forward. Okay, sometimes entanglement can also talk about when we get caught up in toxic situations. Okay, it's not always the case, but it can certainly happen. And so we do have boundaries here. And so I feel like it could even be that there's a hard lesson that person A is learning, because I feel like person B is someone who is a romantic at heart and loves love and wants to feel loved and be loved and has lots of love to give. But it's also this understanding that potentially the way in which person A looks at person B is that person B might be in a little bit of a struggle here. So person A could certainly be starting to set some boundaries for themselves. Not that that's, a bad thing at all, but let's look at what the swan is about. Where is this swan at? This is water. There it is. Okay. So it says effortless creativity, sensitive, mystic, elegant, and power. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. So it makes me feel that really that person A knows their worth. Knows their worth, or has realized their worth. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. Okay. So yeah, I feel like there's definitely love that person A does have towards person B. Now, person B, we do have the wolf energy here, which wolf, earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But for wolf energy, family is something that is very important. The wolf energy can be a leader, can be, also can be, I'm sure you guys have heard like the lone wolf, right? Someone who feels the need for like independence. However, the wolf is also a very powerful energy in terms of a family and strength and power. Now we do have the archer here, biding your time and planning ahead with longing. So it makes me feel that person B does desire person A. However, and there is a longing, there is a desire, but I almost feel like person B is dragging their feet. And it could be for good reason, because we do have the healer here. So it could be that person B is really focused on themselves and on their healing. And so because of that, the path that person B is choosing to take, I feel like person A acknowledges that and also respects that. However, also setting boundaries for self. Because I truly feel that person A is someone who's interested in something more with person B, but also acknowledges that person B may not be quite ready. And I feel like person A is okay with that, understanding of that, compassionate, empathetic towards person B because of that. However, that doesn't mean that person A is not going to set their boundaries, right? Person A is not looking for an entanglement, is not looking for something casual. Person A wants something meaningful and loving and nurturing, and they recognize that person B may not be quite there yet. Okay, I want to look at the wolf energy, which is earth. Earth. Okay, so it says guardian of family and tribe, activism, and also ritual. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance, Practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none. So when it's in balance, it is about being reliable, democratic, and fearless. But when it is out of balance, it can become judgmental and dominating. So it almost kind of feels like this person wants to try to maintain control. I do feel like person B is also trying to take some time to think about what it is that they really want. Trying to get clear on that. Although there is a longing here that they do have towards person A. A lot of reflection, maybe a lot of solo time, alone time to really take some time to think about their future and whether or not person A falls into that. So let's look at the connecting energies here between you and your person. What is the connecting energies between person A and person B, Spirit, for pile 3? Look at that. Crazy, the pack. Inner work, deep connections, and soul tribe. Look at how there's the whole family of wolves here that this skeleton is kind of clinging and holding on to. The energy connecting the two of you, inner work, deep connection, soul tribe. So you could, both you and this person could feel very deeply connected to each other, caring about each other. Could also be something that's helping both of you, right, to really do some inner work, even within the self. You know, perhaps person B is teaching person A how to have healthy boundaries or how to set better boundaries. Or even learning to respect boundaries as well, you know? Could go either way. And then we also have portal here. It says originality, idealism, and also progression. So I feel like the connecting energies here, yes, there is a mutual connection that's here, but I feel like this energy that's connecting the two of you is recognizing that there is inner work to do, maybe on person A side and person B side, because that would be something, by addressing that, would be something that helps this connection to unlock new potential, to help it to progress, to help it to move forward. Almost an understanding that there is inner work to do and it must be addressed in order to move forward. Okay, let's see what else. What is the energy connecting pile 3's person A and person B's connection? Progress. Okay. So it could, essentially be that you kind of feel, wherever you fall into this, person A or person B, that you're seeing that there is progress here. Maybe the person, you're making progress, them making progress to doing that inner work, to doing that healing. I want to see what this longing is here before we start pulling the tarot. What is this longing that person B has, Spirit? What is this longing? What is this longing that person B has? The 10 of Wands. Okay, so the 10 of Wands is about releasing burden, heaviness. So it's almost like person B acknowledges that they've either got a lot of responsibilities in their life right now, they've got a lot on their plate, they're feeling stressed out, they're feeling overwhelmed. And I feel like there's a longing that person B has to just be free of it. And a lot of this can be an accumulation of things that person B has been carrying around for a while. What is the longing here? Oh my goodness, this is so sweet. Look at that. The Father of Cups, which is the King of Cups. Okay, the other way that I'm also seeing this too is because person B does have very strong feelings and really cares about person A. Look at how the light and the shadow here. That's cool. It makes me feel like person B has a very deep love and care for person A. And there's a lot of resistance here. This person B, is holding back a lot of their feelings. And I feel like there's a longing to just be free, to let it flow. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Yeah, we've got the Eight of Swords at the bottom. Okay. Ten of Pentacles is also here. Now, this is going to be a very specific message, and I don't feel like it's for all of you, but I already have... I'm not going to share too much, but I have no, how do I say this? I'm feeling an energy here that is very familiar of somebody's, you know, oftentimes I will say this, oftentimes when I'm doing pick a card general readings, there's some people's energy that are within the collective, right? Of those of you especially that watch me regularly. And when you engage, right, with me through the comments or through emails, there's an energy exchange that's there. So when you do that engaging with me or leaving comments, it helps me to be better familiar with your energy and what's going on, which helps to kind of make these readings that much more specific and tuned into what you need, right? So there's a situation here that I'm seeing, and I know that this could, of course, resonate with many different people, but there's a situation that I'm seeing very specifically here. So this is where this specific message is coming in here. We do have the Eight of Swords here, which is about negative thinking. There's also a butterfly here that's all closed up. So it could even be that person B is going through a lot of personal transformation here. Spending time alone, you know, trying to let go of a lot of these negative thoughts that are here. Now, this person B, could be someone who's gone through a divorce, okay? They could be a person who's also married, or person A could be married, okay? Very specific. It's not going to be for everyone, but another situation that I'm getting here is that person B, if person A is married, person B could be afraid of talking about and expressing feelings to person A because there is a respect here that person B has over that marriage or over that relationship. So they could certainly be feeling in some way in their own mind, this is wrong, I don't want to do that, I do have feelings for you, but I need to hold back and just not go there, okay? So that is a specific message for someone, that your person is doing that if you are person A, and this is actually a situation here, because I am seeing that, okay? I'm also noticing, I can't ignore it. I mean, we've got a swan here that's white, okay? And then here we've got this swan here that is it a swan? Maybe. Maybe. But it's the shadow energy. So it kind of makes me feel that person A is much more tuned into their light energy, whereas person B could very well be functioning from their shadow. Okay. And we want to have, of course, that healthy balance between our own shadow, right? And integrate that with our light energies, because we all have, you know, the darker energies within us. We are not without them, right? We can't pretend that we're all love and light because we've also got the shadow. It's just the being able to balance the two of them, right? And it's something that we do have to learn how to do, is how to integrate our shadow into the light, or how to, and for some of you, person A could certainly be illuminating person B's shadow here. Okay, so let's put this tarot, or I'm sorry, these oracle cards to the side, and now I want to ask Spirit for you Pile 3. We're going to be asking Spirit what is going on in your connection. So we'll keep these to the side just in case we need them. And let's look at the tarot now. What is really going on in this connection? One more. Okay. So group 3. What is really going on in this connection between you and your person? The Wheel of Fortune. The Daughter of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. What is really going on? The Five of Wands. The Fool. The Three of Wands. Okay. I feel like someone is waiting for the other to take some type of leap of faith. What is really going on? The Nine of Pentacles. Four of Cups and the Father of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles. And Justice. Nine of Cups. Yeah, this energy really feels the Lovers is here at the bottom. The Lovers. There's fear here. There's definitely and look at how they're both flying here with each other. There is a very strong connection here. A very strong connection. And even this little fox here is like hiding. Curled up in a little ball hiding. I feel like somebody is resisting here. There's clearly a connection that's here. And there is resistance here on one side. And of course that could be person A or person B. But it's like there is someone here who is afraid of taking that leap of faith. And another who's anticipating or waiting for that other person to make a move. To do something, to change something, to align. Someone could also be waiting here for honesty. Like, be honest with me. Tell me how you really feel. Tell me what your feelings are. I do feel like there might be somebody here who is going through a little bit of depression. Okay, that message isn't for everyone, but some of you, it's either you or the other person here, but somebody could be dealing with a little bit of some unhappiness, discontent with the way that life is right now. And that can also be certainly something that they're trying to focus on, getting themselves into a better state mentally and emotionally. And that could perhaps also be a reason why someone is choosing to avoid or to run away or to, I feel like, resist flowing into this connection. But I almost feel like there's this message here. Some of you, and this is going to, again, be very specific. Some of you that chose this pile, there could be a situation where your person or you could be in another connection. And for some of you, it could be that it is a karmic relationship connection. Okay? I'm feeling more so the connection that you have with this person is divine counterpart soulmate energy. And at this time, with that Wheel of Fortune there and the Lover's card here, there's a need for making changes to either your life or their life. Someone is needing to make a change here. And they need to be open to flowing with that, because it's almost like the universe is trying to intervene here to try to help to bring union to this connection, but someone is resisting here. Someone is in fear. Or, like I said, some of you, it could be that there's a karmic relationship in place that a person needs to step away from, and another contract. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this one here. What is the energy connecting pile 3 and their person? Welcome. When the door is wide open. Memories. Duality. And gift. I'm definitely feeling a very nurturing energy that someone is really trying to be supportive of the other here, to try to help the other to see things differently. You know, and I do truly feel like both of you feel very grateful to have had the experience or to being in each other's lives here. Very specific again, but for some of you with the mom here, there could be maybe something significant about your mom, their mom, maybe a similar story or shared experiences from past. Okay. What is the energy connecting? Memory. Yeah, look at that. Memory and memories. Perhaps some of you have a history with this person, meaning like you guys go way back. Okay. Go way back. I don't know, maybe somebody's mom didn't want somebody with the other. Memory, action, trust. You know, that would be more or less like a young love situation where you introduce mom to this person and mom's like, no, no, I said no, you're not dating ever. Yeah, I feel like, you know, someone could certainly be learning to trust again, trust love again. I almost get this feeling here. Like I said, person A is waiting for person B because person A really believes in this connection. I feel like person A also believes in person B's ability to overcome what it is that they're currently going through, to be able to align with person A, to bring this connection into balance here. Let's look at this action here. Magician. Yeah, focus and intention. So somebody could really be towards manifesting union here. Like hard manifesting. We have the High Priestess here. Someone who's spiritual is choosing this pile today. The High Priestess and the Magician. Wow. Some of you might even have a very ethereal, telepathic type of connection with this person. And some of you are really, really good at manifesting. So those of you that have really done the inner work, right, that we were seeing kind of earlier with this connecting energy between the two of you, deep connections and soul tribe, you know, someone is very manifesting here with some beautiful, powerful energy, manifesting union, trusting in it. It is going to happen, is what someone is believing here. And I believe it's person A. I believe it's person A. Okay, so let's pull some advice for you. What is your advice? Whether you are person A or person B, what is your advice? The Mother of Cups, Queen of Cups, and also the King of Swords. Now, I do feel like this is for you, pile 3, that the Queen, embodying the Queen of Cups energy is about nurturing. It's about love. It's about compassion and being an emotional support. Okay. However, with the King of Swords energy here too, this is about being level-headed about things and using this beautiful balance between head and heart. Okay. We can be very loving, open, nurturing. So for some of you, depending on where you fall between person A and person B, I do feel person A is a lot more out there with feelings, emotions, and expressive, where person B is a little bit more, I want to say a little bit more closed off. So if you are the person who needs to be more open and more comfortable and trusting, then it could be certainly about letting your guard down. Now, if you were the person who's all feelings and no logic, right? Logic's like out the window and you're just in dreamy, dreamy land and heart eyes and heart bubbles and stuff like that, then it may be calling you for a lot more logic with the situation, right? Really. Because the King of Swords is about focusing on facts, truth, and reality of the situation, whatever that may be for you. Okay? So we're not letting our emotions kind of get away with us, with our mind and our heart, and we're just kind of lost in la la land. This is also about you keeping yourself grounded in this situation here as well. Okay? What is your advice? We want a nice balance between head and heart here. We've got the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is about perseverance. We've got the Three of Pentacles here at the bottom. So this can certainly be you and this other person working to continue to try to build the foundation for this connection. Now, I do notice in this Three of Pentacles card, there's a huge mountain right here. But I feel like Spirit's saying, because you have the Seven of Wands here too, which is about facing adversities and challenges and not backing down, not giving up on the connection, you know, knowing that you can overcome this, you can make it through. So there could be certain changes that you make maybe say with the way that you communicate, clear, direct, assertive, but also with the Queen of Cups energy, loving, compassionate, empathetic, nurturing. Okay? So wherever you fall into that, if you feel like, okay, I need to be a little bit more sweet, I need to be more loving, or no, I've already done that. I've already been the whole lovey-dovey and sweet. Now it's time for me to also show some King of Swords energy, where I can also be assertive and clear and direct and honest and truthful. Okay? Might be something that is needed there as well. Okay? All right. So I'm going to leave this here for you. Pile 3. I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.